Welcome, low ego action heroes, to our short stream on Friday where I react to stuff that you've sent in. And there isn't too much stuff this week, so let me use this opportunity to remind everybody, if you want to send in something for me to react to, please send it to deltacx.link/reaction. Don't forget you can check our calendar of events. We have a lot of streams coming up in the next 6 or so weeks. deltacx.link/events. If you'd like to enter the June-July giveaway that will draw at the start of August, deltacx.link/giveaway, 1 entry per person. This month's giveaway, or the June-July combo giveaway, will be a package of goodies sent from me to you from Italy. So pasta, cookies. So you'll need to be able to receive a package from Italy, and you'll probably need to be not gluten-free. So we've got 2 things for me to take a look at this week. And so let's get through it. And also, if you're in YouTube, I've got some new emojis set up that you should be able to use and superimpose on my face. All right, this should be looking at the screen. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I got was this Reddit, and it says, "Don't be fooled by the working for a dream company ideology. You'll be much better off with an amazing boss at an average company who champions your work, allows you to develop mastery in your field, and gives you autonomy." Well, first, let me say I agree completely with that. I often think that our dream jobs end up not being our dream jobs. You know, the dream is that it'll be a dream job, and we don't realize that sometimes these companies we dream of, either because we admire the company or because we think it will be good on our resume, these are not all dreamy dreams. So first, let me say I completely agree with the original post. So let's look at someone highlighted this first thing. I think they wanted me to respond to this particular response. So this says, "I don't know why bosses and supervisors don't realize this. They're so busy trying to prove they can be authoritative that they don't realize what people want in a leader is someone who brings out their full potential and thanks them for their hard work. It feels like every boss I've ever had is trying to prove to themselves that they can be in charge. Now, I make a living as a boss position, and I always focus on building camaraderie and making everyone feel pertinent." So yes, good for that person as well. Yeah, I'm always hoping that as more low ego action heroes make it into management and higher, hi Charlene, that we will see better managers. Unfortunately, there are a lot of not great managers. There are a lot of people who failed up, and it's unfortunate. We can try to ask good questions during the interview to figure this out, but nobody's going to be like, "Oh, by the way, our manager knows nothing about UX. They were a front-end developer for a few years, and now they're the head of experience, and, good luck." So we rarely get that kind of honesty in a job interview, though I wish we did. So as usual, if you send something for me to react to, feel free to tell me if there's something in particular you're hoping I'll react to. But when I just get the URL, all I can do is read this and go, "Yep, I agree. 5 dogs out of 5. Looks like it makes sense to me. Looks like it's some good advice, both for worker bees and leaders out there." So yeah, looks good to me. So let's see. Here's another one I got, and this was it looks like it's the blog on Prototyper, though spelled wrong, .io. And this seems to be a Medium publication, who I'm not following and I'm not familiar with, but somehow 181,000 people are following them, so you may know this one. And basically, someone I don't know decided that they were going to try to make a subway map style thing. Maybe they were inspired by user interviews, subway map style thing of, research tools. And they were going to try to map out all of what they thought were designers. And I don't think that this really makes sense or works. I mean, for example, here's UX designer, which they're saying can do everything. So here's their routes: advertising, consumer goods, digital products, entertainment, retail, and social media. I feel like there's a lot of industries or verticals missing there. That seems somewhat limited, but okay. So they're claiming UX designers can do them all. CX can only do consumer goods. This also isn't colorblind friendly, but I'm not colorblind. An experience designer can only do advertising, retail, and digital products. So first of all, this is obviously not that easy to just figure out at a glance. You really have to get into it. But Bitmoji designer, as in Bitmoji, as in that's just one thing. That's not emojis in general. Bitmoji is a brand. Bitmoji designer, that's a whole other level of designer. Like Bitmoji designer. Is that a job you can have? Bitmoji designer job. To me, if you can't get a job in it, it definitely shouldn't be on this map. Bitmoji designer at Snapchat. So congratulations. Snapchat wants you, Bitmoji designers. How is that different from a visual designer? So all in all, I'm not really impressed with this. I think that this is, it doesn't make sense. So this says middleweight designer. Well, that's a level of experience. That's not a type of designer. That doesn't make sense. So that means if this is middleweight, then somewhere here has to be junior, and somewhere here would have to be senior. And now here they're saying service designer is only on the advertising track. So yeah, I would have to say I see what this person's trying to do. I assume they're hoping this will go viral and people will be impressed by this. 430 people clapped. But I think this is another one of those things that works against us and creates unnecessary divides. Charlene says this is frustrating to look at. I do agree also. And again, I think this is creating unnecessary divides across fake industries or routes or verticals. There's things that are missing here. There's government, there's utilities, there's military. Not everything is a digital product or a consumer good. I don't see services here. What if someone's a lawyer? What if it's a hotel? That's, so, I mean, part of what a hotel does is a service. So part of it is a building. Solomon says, I think they're confused. I don't know. They seem pretty proud with this, and you're gonna use it to start conversations. And that's another thing that I always tell people to look out for. Look for things that are meaningful, actionable, and helpful. And I tend to feel like if something isn't meaningful, actionable, or helpful, at least one of those, I tend to feel like it might be clickbait. And ultimately, I don't know what I'm supposed to do after seeing this because it doesn't change what I do. It doesn't change the job title I hope to have. It doesn't help me describe what I do. And in fact, it's missing a lot of what I do. It's also broken up a lot of what I do into unnecessary blocks. I've done some conversational design. That's way over here. And somehow it's on the social media track. But I did that for retail. So why is it not on the retail track? A production designer is for retail? No, I've seen a production designer in every aspect of design that can exist. A gameplay camera designer is in entertainment, maybe. A data designer, entertainment. So all in all, as usual, you guys know what I'm going to say. If you look at this with your critical thinking hat on, I just don't think this makes any sense. And I feel like it's not actionable. There's nothing I can do here. And it's drawing unnecessary divides between titles. Like, what's the difference between an experience designer and a CX designer and a UX designer and a digital experience designer? I think we've gone too far. Bill says, it looks like a transit map. That's the point. This was somebody saying, I'm going to map out the design. The design industry is broken, which of course is a clickbait title because there's nothing in this person's article that fixes the design industry. This person didn't make the design industry better. In fact, I think they made it more broken by breaking it up more than it needed to be. So this is a clickbait title. And of course, because it doesn't match my standards for meaningful, actionable, and helpful, I would say that this is clickbait. Solomon says, I would assume they're hoping people would have a better understanding of the different types of design, but they don't explain them to you. They just list them and go, hey, look, I plotted a map and I got feedback from people and wow, it's done. And now we can start conversations. I hope you're not going to use it to start conversations. This person said it was beautiful. And this person says, now we can better communicate what we do. Again, if you're having trouble communicating what you do, I'm not sure this clarifies it. Solomon says, yeah, they're muddying the water. It would be like writing about rounded corner button designers and saying why they're important to business success. Yeah, where's that? Amin says, this is like all the different specialties for data analytics, learning, analytics, energy. Yeah, so going back. Yes, it's working. I got them working. They're going to come up on the screen now. Yay! Success. So that's all I've got for the reaction stream. We can play ourselves right out of here and keep this one short. But just remember that if you would like to send anything in, send it to deltacx.link/reaction, preferably with some sort of explanation of what I'm looking for. Jasmine says we should start a new hashtag, ham post. Ham is helpful, actionable, and meaningful. That's funny, except for my vegetarian boyfriend. Ham. Sylvia says, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to talk about this map with other people, especially if they're not designers. Yeah, that map didn't clarify it for us internally or externally to other people. Reminds me of a bad job interview I had last year where they said, tell me your approach to user-centered design. So of course I'm like, oh yeah, user-centered design, check me out. I do this and this and this and this. And, I have something I usually say when I'm asked that question in interviews. And then the guy goes, and what's your process for experience design? And I was like, what's the difference between user experience design and experience design? And it got very awkward, and I was not called back. Now Solomon's writing, iPhone designer, portable device designer, Android designer, 2D designer, 3D designer, pixel pushing designer. They had that. That was production designer. Whiteboard in open space floor plan in broad daylight designer. Solomon, I wish I could hire you. You're the best. Well, I hope your work is good. Your personality is fantastic. I hope your work is good, and then I can hire you. Meaningful, actionable, helpful. We might just have to write that out as a hashtag. I don't want to insult any vegetarians or vegans and turn it into ham. So meaningful, actionable, helpful. Otherwise, it's usually clickbait, I find. If you can't attach something meaningful, actionable, or helpful to it, it's probably clickbait. That's just what I've found in my travels. So let me just give you an idea of the streams that are coming up. And you can mark your calendars because there's some really super stuff coming up that I'm excited about. Monday, I'm excited about. I've been writing furiously for the last 2.5 days with all kinds of new ideas that I'm going to present on Monday. I've invented a new workshop, but it is breaking the addiction to aspirologies. So we're going to be talking about how to get your... Hello, Charlene. We're going to be talking about how to try to get your company away from design thinking, design sprints, and lean UX, and either away from workshops completely, or if you need a workshop replacement, like a cigarette replacement, I've got 2 workshops that I've kind of invented / customized that I'm going to show you that you can do with your teams if they really love the workshop thing. So that'll be Monday. Tuesday is office hours, ask me anything. Friday's reaction stream, send some stuff in. Tuesday the 6th, office hours, ask me anything. Wednesday the 7th is super mark your calendars. Solomon says Monday designer. Yeah, I use monday.com. You could probably be a Monday designer. July 7, everybody, please mark your calendar. Tell the world to join us on YouTube. We're going to be talking about making UX more agile and more lean by learning the definitions of agile and lean and how we can apply those to our UX work, our teams, the structure of our department, our project planning. I have really, really specific slides on exactly what I suggest you do, and you're going to be super surprised at what I am suggesting. This is kind of a longer version of what I was doing for Lowe's in America, that I did that private talk, and I've been adding more to it. So I've actually booked it for 2 hours because I think I'm going to just try to show you all my slides. And I think as of now, I've like 90 slides. So that's a 2-hour show. But I'm going to try to watch for questions as I go so that we answer questions contextually. And a couple of new ones that I just booked. Of course, Monday, July 12, we have Michelle Ronson talking about how to convince people of the value of research. July 13, Office Hours Ask Us Anything with Darren and Dr. Nick. Friday reaction streams. Monday the 19th, we're going to have Stephanie Walter back to talk about enterprise UX. Office Hours, reaction streams. The last week of July super heats up. July 26th, I've invited a few people actually to be a panel to talk about content design, content strategy, and UX writing because y'all requested it. Then we have Wednesday the 28th is going to be Vivienne Castillo, and she's going to talk about healing conversations. And I'm very excited to see her and hear what she has to say and learn what we can do that's going to be definitely meaningful and helpful and certainly actionable. And I haven't really been planning August yet. So that's the story there. I hope everybody has a great weekend. If anything's going on that we can help with or talk about, bring it up in the Slack channel. And of course, for those of you who are not in the Slack channel, it's completely free to join. deltacx.link/join Slack, all lowercase. And that's totally free. Of course, the tip jar is optional. So are the super chats and super stickers, and they just go to the Delicious Cheese Fund, or now that I've bought a barbecue, possibly the Delicious Meat Fund. So other than that, leave comments under the videos after they go up. That evidently helps the algorithm, and please subscribe. So on that note, I will play us out of here, but I'll see everybody in Slack, and be well. Please wear 3 masks. Bye.
Delta CX, available for CX and UX consulting, projects, and training. Contact us for a free consultation.